here on Lake Taneycomo. And of course, when you go to Lake Taneycomo, I recommend that you get a fishing guide. So there's a lot of fishing guides. Lily's Landing happens to have a bunch. They also happen to have one gem of a guide, meaning that he does it all the time. He's really good at it. Tell them a little bit about your guide service, your name and the name of the guide service, and about jig fishing, because everyone's got a lot of questions about jig fishing.
Well, I'm Duane Doty with Lily's Landing Resort and Marina. I work there full time and I run my own guide service. It's Ozark Trout Runners. And I've been guiding on this lake for about 13 years now. And jig fishing is a really fantastic way of catching numbers of fish on Lake Taneycomo. You can cover all different water flows. We have a lot of different water flows, from the water being off to, like right now, we've got 2.5 units of water running. It looks like a river out here, all the way up to 4 units of water. With jig fishing, you can cover all those water flows and fish in all the different water conditions and be very productive at catching fish out here.
Right, so give them an example of when you'd use like maybe a heavy, a 1/8 head compared to using maybe a 1/32 ounce.
All right, so when they're generating a lot of power or trying to drop Table Rock Lake down, they'll open up 4 units of water to either generate a lot of power or to drop the lake down. And that's pretty heavy flows. That actually raises the water levels up here by up to 10 feet.
Wow.
It'd be 10 feet deeper than it is when the water's off. When you got water flows like that, you're going to need a lot of weight to get down on the bottom. That's pretty much key in jig fishing, is getting it down to the bottom. If you don't lose a jig every now and then on the bottom, you're not fishing it right.
Okay.
And in order to get down those heavy flows, we'd use a heavier jig, like an 1/8 ounce. Now when they got lesser flows, like right now is 2.5 units or so, you don't need quite that much weight. I've actually got on a 3/32 ounce jig right now.
Okay.
And that's probably pretty good for the conditions we have today. If they shut this water off on us, where there's no flow at all, we'd go down to a 1/32 ounce jig.
Okay. So that's how you're picking your jigs out. You're working the zone of where the trout are.
Right. You're working water flows in the areas that you're fishing in. Some areas are a little shallower, some are a little deeper, but primarily water flows is what dictates what size jig.
So if people are coming to Branson and they're going to the shows and all that, when is a good time to go trout fishing?
Well, trout fishing is good all year round down here. The lake never freezes up. We've got quite the winter fishery down here, where there's not as many people on the water, but the fishing is still great. They stock the fish year round. Of course, there's a lot of people out here in the summer and they stock a lot more fish, but the fishing is good year round down here.
There you go. So if they wanted to get hold of you, how would they get hold of you?
You could go to my Facebook page, Ozark Trout Runners. I've got a Facebook page that I post up at least weekly reports and pictures of fishing trips and stuff like that.
Okay.
Or OzarkTroutRunners.com.
There you go. Good stuff happening here. If you want to go trout fishing, definitely come down, give Duane a call.
Let's get some fish.
There you go. Thanks.